Rangers exit the title fight. Robbie Nielsen exits Tynecastle permanently. And Dundee United give themselves a chance to survive at the bottom of the table. Welcome back, guys, to Fog Football. It is your SPFL preview show for Matchday 31. All the good action happened in the Premiership, but unfortunately, we got to start in League 2. So let's try and get these crappy teams over and done with quickly, and then we can move on to the good stuff.
You say crappy teams, but I think Albion Rovers are the best of teams. 3-0.
Well,
I predict Elgin City 2-1.
Albion Rovers looked like they were going down, but this win could buy them some time. This win could just save their...
Could buy them a year of time.
Could buy their Scottish Pyramid fucking membership for next year.
Could.
I think once a team like Albion Rovers goes at the Pyramid, they
won't be back up.
Let's say East Stirling, for example. I don't see how East Stirling ever get back into League 2.
Never in a month of Sundays.
The Albion Rovers are slightly better than East Stirling, and maybe they could get back sometime, but I mean, majority of these shite clubs, once they go down, they're just going to be forgotten about.
That's it. And if I looked at other teams in this league like them, I'd say, I'd probably say every team par. I mean, who would you say that could go down?
Shut it. Let's move on to the next result.
Athletic Free, Dumbarton.
This guy doesn't have a clue what he's talking about. Athletic Free, Dumbarton won. The league leaders, Dumbarton. The results, well, actually, I don't think they're leading the league anymore. They were leading the league, but like I said, the results have been really poor.
Who's leading then? We'll find out.
I believe it's Stirling Albion, but Dumbarton, recently, results haven't been good enough, and this is just another bad result that they're adding to their list. So, yeah, Dumbarton looked like earlier in the season, they had the table, they had the league sewn up. Not anymore. May have to settle for a playoff place.
Aye, they might, and you know what? I think Stirling Albion will get the job done on them.
Aye,
despite being favourites early on, Dumbarton. But 0-0 up next between Stonehouse.
Well, what can you really say about this?
0-0.
I suppose I
mean, there was 2 0-0s in the league, but you know what? At least there's a wee Sam Crow reference with the bottom one. But Stirling Albion 2, East 5-2. Just a shite league, isn't it?
It is.
I don't know what it could take for me to turn off. This was worth a wee 3-minute segment at the opening of the fucking show, but it's not really, is it?
No, it's nothing happening.
And then the boys are in Stranraer, right? So 0-0.
Stranraer 4-4, 0-0. Yeah, not a good weekend for Scottish League 2. But let's look at what the Championship looks like, or should I say the table looks like. Championship table league, same shit.
A wee slow scroll down.
Joby.
What we made it out the Stirling Albion, Dumbarton were close. They're fucking nowhere near each other.
Well, no, Dumbarton were miles ahead, but now the results been garbage. So yeah, we can see that Dumbarton are just nowhere near where they need to be. And is that the league over? With only 5 games remaining, well, honestly, I don't see Dumbarton. Even the goal difference has declined massively. I can't see it would be a shock if Stirling dropped enough points here over the remaining 5. I mean, there's 15 points to play for. Dumbarton need at least 9 to level, and then when you look at the goal difference, they need 10. So they need a 10-point swing on Stirling Albion. It's not going to happen.
How many games are left? 5?
5. Stirling Albion need 2 wins for 5 to guarantee themselves getting promoted to League 1. And the way they're playing, I think they'll get it.
I think they will get it. But I think if you look more interestingly, it is the bottom teams. Elgin City, of course, losing 3-0 to Albion Rovers. Albion went straight above them. But they do have a game in hand.
What I will say, though, normally League 2 isn't this tight. Normally, the team at the bottom is really, really bad. But, I mean, Elgin City, they're only, 12 points off a playoff spot?
I mean, I think it's...
The league is really tightly contested.
From Stranraer down, I feel like that's your relegation scrap. And then from 6th to about 3rd, that is your promotion. And then it is kind of just the top 2.
Elgin City do have a game in hand over the teams that they are battling for relegation. So if they pick up even a point in their next game, their game in hand, they will go back above Albion Rovers. But I think that just goes to show how big a win that was for Albion. And that they are fighting for their lives right here.
Absolutely, and they're doing a really good job.
And we also, but we also have the playoffs as well here. You can see Annan, Forfar, East Fife, and Stenhousemuir all very close. 4 teams battling for 2 positions. Stenhousemuir, the team in last out of those 4, but have a game in hand as well. So if they win that, they can go into 46 points and put themselves into the playoff position. So I mean, lots of every team in this league, maybe apart. Dumbarton are probably the team with the least to play for because they're like 7 ahead at Annan and they're 9 behind Stirling Albion. But it's like every other team is either pushing for a playoff spot or trying to avoid being relegated.
Absolutely. So we just buried the league, but you know what? It's got a lot going for it.
Thanks to me pointing all this shite
I
out.
pointed all out apart from the mid-table stuff. Who cares about the midfield? It's all about the relegation in the top of the league.
It's all about Scottish League One. Next.
Aye, Scottish League One is
You were trying to skip Scottish League One there.
No, I wasn't.
You said Championship.
No, I didn't.
You said champ.
Aye.
Aye.
The champ is here. Airdrie, I predicted 3-0. I got 3-0 on a roll. Nothing could stop it. And I also predicted Peterhead to win. And look, they fucking went and won.
Oh, Peterhead. Big Peter. You ever been to Peterhead?
No, have you ever been?
It's beside Aberdeen, isn't it?
I seen it. Yeah, I seen a TikTok. Right, the 5 worst.
I know
places,
my geography.
The 5 worst places to live in Scotland. Airdrie was number 1.
Fuck me.
Second was Coatbridge. Third was Motherwell. 4 was Peterhead, and 5th was Bells Hill.
So wait, basically,
So where we were and where I was born are on the top 5.
So what they're saying is North Lanark's a shithole.
That's
Because Airdrie, Bells Hill, Coatbridge, Motherwell, all within a stone throw of each other.
Yep.
Well, I can attest to that. Lived in Airdrie, I've been in Bells Hill, been in Motherwell, and been in Coatbridge, and they're all shiteholes, man. They're all junky, neddy. Fucking, I'd stab a needle in you for £5 and a wee bottle of iron brew. They're all junky Ned bastards.
That's bad though. That 4 at the 5 came through the same place. North Lanarkshire.
I wonder what's so bad about Peterhead.
Don't know.
Maybe that's where
Maybe he just had to throw another one in.
Maybe that's where Aberdeen send all their rejects. You know, anyone who's got like
anyone who doesn't pump sheep go there.
Aye, maybe they get sent to Peterhead. That's like the jail or whatever. Aberdeen.
Anyway, though, Peterhead, epic result. Can't complain.
No, I can't complain. By the way, big shout out to all the Airdrie fans. Maybe you're not. I'm not saying you're all scumbags. Just 90%ies.
So when I come back from a Christie's, don't batter me.
Aye, sure. There's no Airdrie fans in Airdrie anyway. They'll support fucking Celtic, don't they?
I know.
I've never seen an Airdrie shirt in Airdrie, but I've seen a shitload of green and white hoops.
Disgraceful.
We would even buy an Airdrie shirt, to be honest. They didn't have a website.
I'm sure they do.
Fuck me.
Well, if you check out my Football Manager, we're getting Champions League football.
Well, there
Lawrence
you go.
Shanklin and Tony Sibic on $275,000 a week.
Big up the Airdrie. Alloa Athletic 1, Queen of the South 2. Big win for Marvin Bartley's Queen of the South. Marvin Bartley, I'd say, I know he hasn't had the entire season, but I definitely think you could say he is League One Manager of the Year. But again, I would also argue if Airdrie go up, then you probably have to give it to their manager, because that would be a pretty good achievement.
Don't know who their manager is, but Falkirk were 2-0 up against Dunfermline. They balled it.
I don't think Falkirk can win the league, but if they were going to win it, then they had to win this game, and they haven't done it. So
Yep, Kelty Hearts draw 0 each with Clyde. Kind of doesn't really do anything for either side, but I guess Clyde it does, because you know what, Peterhead won. Clyde probably weren't banking on that epic Peterhead victory, by the way.
Well, we were on about how Peterhead needed a win, and they've got one here. So Clyde, Peterhead, looks like that's still going to go down to the wire. And we now will look at the Scottish League One table, which isn't in the correct position for some reason.
Because it's a dramatic reveal. Peterhead. Fuck.
They're still last, but they've got a game in hand. They've got a game. Can they make it? I mean, they only had 2 wins up till this stage of the season where they picked up their 3rd. Can they make it 2 in a row?
They will be praying that the game in hand is against Montrose and not the other 2 with a game in hand.
Well, considering those other 2 just played,
That's what I'm thinking.
I'm going to assume it's not against one of them. Like, you know what I mean?
They're humped.
Yeah.
That's the gist of this video.
Do Clyde and Peterhead still have to play?
I'm going to say no.
I'd go to that game.
Would you, aye?
If it's in Clyde, aye. Don't know if I could be arsed travelling to Peterhead.
I think one should... no, that's a load of pish.
What?
Aye, Clyde's too much, but Peterhead's too much, but Clyde isn't.
Clyde's just on the outskirts of Glasgow.
Yeah, what do they do?
Aye.
I'm well aware of where it is.
Well, it's
mate.
in Glasgow, actually.
Exactly.
Well, not in Glasgow, but outskirts. Clydebank. Boom.
Boom, Clydebank super scoreboard.
I know my geography.
Someone called you and that. I can't even remember what you said. But you said they should support Clyde or something.
On Clydebank Super Scoreboard?
Aye.
I was taking the piss.
What are you? I don't know.
No, was I?
Probably some obsessed bastards.
No, Clydebank's in Glasgow, sure.
Yeah, I'm well, right. What, you right? Sure, I know.
That's alright then.
That's alright then. Right, we move on.
Alright, let's move on.
Let's talk about the league, actually.
Let's talk about it. Dunfermline, 11 points clear. They've wrapped that up. They only need 4 points to guarantee. Well, 5.
I mean, Airdrie are guaranteed a playoff, realistically.
Yeah, but I mean, they could maybe even get second place if they can continue the good form. Got better goal difference, only 2 points behind. I think they're still to play Falkirk as well. And, I mean, every position matters. You know, this isn't like in England where in the Championship, you know, the 4 teams get an equal passage, really, to the promotion spot. I mean, Scotland are backwards in their promotion run, so obviously if you finish 3rd or 4th, you need to play 6 games to get promoted.
Which is a joke.
It is a joke, so, I mean, this is massive. The only thing I would say is, I mean, Falkirk and Airdrie would probably both fancy themselves to beat Alloa over 2 legs, so, I mean, it might not change that much, but it's 2 extra games that you just don't need. When you think about it, it's a long season, so let's say it's Airdrie and Alloa Athletic, right? Let's say they finish 3rd and 4th. So let's say Airdrie beat Alloa, then Airdrie go and beat Falkirk. They've played an extra 4 games after the season ends. Then they have to play the team that finished 9th in the Championship, who has done absolutely nothing since the end of the season. So that team's fresh, done nothing since the 36th game of the season. Yet Airdrie would have had to have played 4 games to get to that spot, to play that team. And no team, I don't know if it's across the entire football and league, but no team has ever finished 3rd or 4th in the Championship and went up. I don't even think any team's ever finished 3rd or 4th in the Championship and got to the
final.
So
it's too many games. You're right, it is, and I feel like the team who finishes 11th should go in against the team in 4th.
That would be the fairest thing to do, or just have a random draw. But then again, I get it. You probably want to give the team that finished second the. But then again, maybe the team that could say the team that finished second could argue, well, they're not really getting an advantage over the team.
This is the way it should be done.
Wait, no, you don't interrupt me. The team that finished second could argue they're not getting an advantage over the team that finished 3rd. Or you could just do it, you take away the two-legged ties and you just do home and away, and therefore the team that finishes second gets to play the team that finishes 3rd at home, and that's their advantage for finishing a position above them in the league table.
Here's your advantage, right? The team that finished 11th plays the team in 4th. If whoever wins that then plays the team in 3rd. Whoever wins that goes into the final against the team in 2nd.
Does that not fuck over the team? Does that not still give the team that finished 4th pretty much no chance?
But they finished 4th. And you can't say, oh, well, the team that's finishes 2nd and 3rd should get the same opportunity. No, that's bullshit.
No, it ain't. No, it is bullshit because you've just.
I'm making the team in 11th jump through hoops because guess what?
But you're
They're
still
fucking pissed.
But you're still screwing the teams that finish 4th and 3rd. You just said you don't think it's fair that how they would need to play 6 games.
Let's say.
But your
4th has to play 6 games, 3 has to play 2 or 4, and then 2 has to play 2. What's wrong with that?
It's oh my god.
4's better than 6 for Airdrie.
I can't believe how you're not seeing this.
So what do you think? Do you think it should just be random number generator and fucking whoever wins gets in?
I've literally just said what I think it should be.
I think it's time to move on to the Championship, right? Degree or disagree. Falkirk will win the playoff and they will go up. Do you think so?
This is what it should be.
What?
I think it should be 2nd versus 3rd with the second team home advantage, 1 leg. 11th versus 4th. The 11th team home advantage, 1 leg. Winners play at Hampden.
There you go. Right,
you've said neutral venue.
You've said your piece. Now let's move on to the Championship.
Now, tell me, guys, whose idea do you prefer? The good idea, which is mine, or the pish idea that still gives the team that finished 4th no chance in hell? It even makes it harder for them because instead of having to play the 3rd team first in 2 legs, they have to play the team in 11th. I mean, what's this guy? This guy's off his rocket. Before we move on, admit that you maybe misjudged that, so I don't have to bash you through the rest of the video. Just admit you didn't think of it.
Yes, right, right. The team in 4th's getting a hard deal, but the team in 11th is getting the hardest deal. Well, it's the same as 4th. They're getting it easier than the team in 3rd. They are.
That's not the point.
We're
trying to make it more fair.
Queen's Park.
So wait, you mean you're wrong?
No. Queen's Park get beat 4-0 by Partick Thistle. The real Glasgow derby, apparently. Footed Fenchers at the game. Thoughts? 4-0 Queen's Park. Are they done?
Where is it?
It happened on Friday. That's what I'm just saying.
Who's it?
Where is it? Well, it's a fucking Partick.
Partick versus Queen's Park.
Do you know what that is?
A day, actually, aye.
Fashion capital of the world. Right, anyway. Arbroath, Dundee.
Wait, hold on. Is there any sectarianism in a Partick versus Queen's Park game?
I don't know. I'm not a fan. It's in Glasgow. There fucking must be.
Stabbing, sectarianism, and Budweiser. No, not Budweiser. Buckfast, that's the one. Don't drink Bud. They've got a freak on the front can.
Not a Scott Steiner freak, brother. But anyway, Arbroath 0, Dundee 0. Dundee couldn't capitalise on the victory for Partick, but I actually went with a draw on this.
Big point for Arbroath. I think this keeps the championship alive. Had Dundee beaten Arbroath, I'd say it's over. Although I've got a funny feeling it's over already because Queen's Park have just fallen apart. So I say that. I mean, there's still teams that can catch them. Partick Thistle being one.
I agree.
That's a bad draw for Ayr United. They were also in the Here, there's nothing stopping Partick Thistle if win in the championship. And what a comeback it would be. They sacked Ian McCall. You know, we were all saying, it's harsh, it's wrong, it's not right. But I mean, if they win the league, even if they just get in the playoffs, it's better than what they were doing when they sacked him. So
I agree with you. Aye.
It's turned out to be the right decision, even though at the time we thought it was the wrong decision.
With a couple of 2-1-1 draws, Ayr and Greenock, and then Hamilton.
Does Chris Morton go to the games anymore?
I don't know if he goes. Well, I mean, Ayr's pretty close to. Well, I say it's pretty close. I think it's like 40 odd mile. Anyway, it doesn't really fucking matter.
Big shout out to Chris Morton's TV, by the way. Great guy. One of the long term Scottish YouTubers. So go and give him a follow. Hamilton.
Do you know any Hamilton followers are on the tube?
Hamilton's just like Airdrie and all those other North Lancashire cities. Shite.
I mean, their stadium's the same name as Douglas Park. Fatty Douglas Park.
Yeah, see when Douglas Park got released or something, I thought Hamilton Park had blew up or something. I mean, I was like, what?
Higher Hamilton's in North Lanarkshire?
Aye, well, outskirts, isn't it? Just a bit. It's not near the centre, it's like towards there.
I said North Lanarkshire.
Aye, I know it is, but it's like, you know, on this end of it. It's like.
Aye, well, fuck it, right, doesn't matter.
If you look at like the radius, it's on the.
Well, I don't look at the radius
like
of the
the
fucking
perimeter,
council,
it's on like.
enough.
Well, okay, fair enough.
Anyway, right, Cove Rangers are pish.
Where are they?
I have fucking no idea.
Cove Rangers. I would assume. I think for some reason Cove Rangers is down south. No, I don't mean in England, like, but down south, I think close to the southern border. If I had to take a guess, I would kind of guess Cove Rangers is there. Or it could be in Glasgow. It could be the Rangers training park.
Where's Inverness? Caledonian Thistle.
North,
brother.
The lads are coming north.
Do you know where Rafe Rovers are?
It's centralish.
Aye, Dunfermline. Well done.
Dumfries.
Not Dumfries. No.
Close enough.
Dumfries is more of your Cove Rangers fucking answer.
You don't know, how can it be more of a Cove Rangers answer when you don't know where Cove Rangers are?
Because you said Cove Rangers is south, and that's why at least I'd be Dumfries. Fucking dickhead. Anyway, league table time, bitch.
Well, let's look at it. Dundee.
Yeah, you are right. They are fucking south. They're fucking 10th.
Doesn't get more surfer than that. Woo! Dundee top of the table though, 54 points. But Partick Thistle are just right in there, and the goal difference is still. It's not out of question yet. So I mean, Partick Thistle could turn this around. I wonder if Partick have still to play Dundee.
They might, but I tell you what. I mean, there's a lot of teams on 31. Who's going to take the fight to Dundee?
Don't know. Dundee?
Aye.
Who's going to take the fight to Dundee?
I mean,
what I would say is, I think this league is pretty competitive. And what I would say is, Cove Rangers aside, Hamilton and Arbroath have got a hell of a lot better over the past couple of months as they were at the start of the season. So even at
Hamilton got pumped 7-0 like last week.
No, I know, but the form's been pretty good apart from that.
7-0.
But my point is that, like, I don't think Dundee versus Arbroath or Hamilton's an automatic win for Dundee, as proven this week when Arbroath got a point against Dundee.
Fair enough.
I don't think there's any easy games in the league at the moment, apart from, unfortunately, Cove Rangers, who seem to be in freefall. Yeah, and I can't see Cove Rangers staying up.
Aye, they're humped, in my opinion.
Which is weird because at the start of the season, I mean, I think some people were pushing for them to maybe get in the playoffs, and they were looking like they could have done it, but yeah, I don't know what's happened. It's weird. I mean, they were miles ahead of Arbroath and Hamilton. Strange. Arbroath and Hamilton just started picking up points, and Cove Rangers just couldn't buy a win. And yeah,
that was it. But anyway, is it time to move on to the Premiership?
Well, no, because we have to get our predictions here. Who do you think is going to make the? Who do you think is going to win the league? Who do you think is going to make the top four?
I'm going with Dundee, sadly.
I don't. Do you think anyone will break into top four? Considering Greenock, Morton, and Inverness all have games in hand.
No.
Not Inverness. If they win, they're only 2 points behind Ayr.
I mean, I think Queen's Park could maybe finish fourth, but I don't think they're going to lose 9 points to Inverness.
Yeah, when you look at the goal difference, I think it suggests that like the teams in the top four have just been more consistent than the teams outside the top four as well.
Absolutely.
So yeah, based on that. I think the top 4 will remain the same. If anyone's going to drop out, though, I think it will be Ayr United. I mean, Queen's Park, their form is poor, but I think they would... I don't see them losing 9 points to Inverness Cali Thistle over the next, 4 Cali have 5. Let's say Cali win their game in hand. It would be down to 6 points. Will Queen's Park lose 6 points with 12 to play for? I don't think so.
No.
I mean, because Inverness would need to win every game, and then Queen's Park would need to lose quite a lot. So I think the top 4 will remain the same. Depending on Ayr. Ayr, United, Inverness could maybe switch around. I think Partick's form's too good at the moment. And I think Queen's Park are just too far ahead, as are Dundee. So.
I agree with that. As for relegation, Cove are down.
Yeah, Cove are down.
And I'm going to say Hamilton are finishing 9th.
No, I actually predicted Partick to win at the start of the season. I said they would win the championship. I'm going to stick with it. Fuck it, I think Partick. Dundee, they aren't playing that great. I mean, Dundee have caught Queen's Park, but it's more been down to Queen's Park being poor. Dundee haven't exactly been winning every game.
No, they haven't.
I think if Partick Thistle are still to play Dundee, I think there's a good chance Partick could...
win the league.
Aye.
Win the league, true.
I'm pretty sure Dundee have to play Queens and Partick, so that'll be interesting.
Hopefully some of those games are on a Friday and we can review them.
Hopefully. Anyway, let's move on, guys, to the big one, the one that matters. It took us about 20 minutes to get here, but you have to wait for good things in life.
This wasn't good.
But if you're a Rangers fan, you can wait as long as you want, because it doesn't seem like they're ever going to get one up on Celtic.
No, the positive I'll take from this, right? I'm only 22, so it's bound to come good at some point.
Before you die?
Aye. But
now, if you were like 82, you'd be sitting there thinking, fuck, why ever see another league title?
Aye.
Why ever see another Derby win, for God's sake? But I mean, at least at 22, touch wood, like, I mean, you've got a decent chance of seeing Rangers win at least one more Old Firm Derby.
Say you're 22 and you support any other team than the Old Firm, are you fucked?
You could be a fucking infant born today, and I don't think you'll see your team win a league title, to be fair.
Do you honestly think in the 21st century, a team other than the Old Firm will win the league?
Well, I mean, it could happen.
Will we be alive to see it?
Football can change a lot, though. I mean, see, you look how much the English Premiership has changed since, like, the start of the millennium. You know, it's changed.
No, but there's factors in our game. Our game's pish.
I know, but I mean, I don't know. It's like back in the day, you had your top teams, and that was it. See, in English Premiership now, I mean, most of the teams in the Premiership have got the ability to spend big money. All it takes is like the right team to get the right manager, give them time, and just build for a couple of seasons, and they can assemble, you know, a team that is...
Are you not amazed that, like, no billionaire, like Scottish billionaire, or even fucking millionaire, is not took over, like, a team they support, like Aberdeen, Hibs or Hearts, and not pumped money into them? Like, serious money?
Yeah, but
like, more money than the Old Firm sort of money?
It'd be good to see. Like, a lot of people will say that Leicester thing, right, was a great achievement, and it was, but... Honest to God, that achievement for Leicester would be absolutely minuscule compared to a non-Old Firm team winning this league. English fans might not agree with that, but I think there's a better chance. Who's the worst team in the English Premiership?
Bournemouth. I don't even know who's last.
It's not Southampton.
Aye, Southampton.
I'd say there's more chance of Southampton winning the Premier League than a non-Old Firm side winning the Scottish Premiership.
Which is mad.
I think if Southampton get the right manager. And you give them a couple of transfer windows with the money that's in the Premier League and the money they're able to spend and the players that they're able to attract, you know it can happen.
Like Joe Aribo.
Look at Brighton. A team that a team that as soon as they come up, you expect they'll be fighting relegation. They'll be back down to the Championship.
I know, but they've been up for about 5 years, mate.
Yeah, no, but they're not a club you'd necessarily put a Premier League label on.
No.
Yet they're on the verge of getting top 4.
Exactly.
So,
but they get shafted against Tottenham. They did. Fucking referee union came out and apologised. And talking referee unions coming out and apologised.
Hold on, but again, like you said...
Oh no, good innuendo, right? Will they apologise for Morelos' fucking goal?
Well, I mean, most Celtic fans have been saying it was rightly ruled off, so, oh Christ, Moy just hit the post in the career mode.
Thank fuck, he hit the post.
Well, most Celtic fans are saying it was the right decision. It's baffling. But the last point, before we get into these games I want to talk about, you're on about big millionaire coming in, pumping money in. I mean, look at Newcastle. They were like one of the shitest teams in the Premier League. You know, constantly going down just to come back up and fight more relegation battles.
My point.
No, absolutely shite. They get the money, and now all of a sudden they're in the verge of getting top 4 Champions League football. And you would have to assume over whether it be next season or the season after, Newcastle will be competing for a title. So it's like just like you said. I mean, there's nothing stopping a non-old firm side team competing for the league. They just need the money. They need the finances. And I think if someone comes into, they don't even need to be that sort. They don't need to be that rich. They just need to be rich enough.
That's why I think it's easier. Obviously, I think in England, right, they've all got the money, but therefore that makes it harder if they've all got the money.
I think what you could say is, I mean, just English football, it's got like the worldwide, it's like a worldwide phenomenon, like the attraction, the exposure you get, all the games on TV, Amazon Prime, all that crap, watched in all these countries, Champions League, and I think maybe owners and businessmen, I don't know if they'll ever make their money back, but I think they just see it as more of an investment, whereas in the Scottish Premiership, look how much money you get for actually winning the Premiership.
But that's my point, right?
See, I know, but my point is, like, so let's say I support Hearts, right? Now, yeah, well, I do support Hearts, but let's say I had...
let's say
I'm a millionaire, right? I have 30 million, and I'm willing to put £25 million of my money into Hearts, which I would actually do, by the way, and buy them. It's like, that 25 million, you're probably never getting that back. How do you realistically get that back? You know what I mean? There's no money in Scottish football. And if you're a fan, I don't think that would bother you, but that's probably what puts... It's like, why see all these like rich Saudi Arabia? Why would they come and pump all that money into a Scottish team when they could just do it to an English team?
But listen, right, this is my point. That's why I think it would take a genuine fan that's getting money.
You're right, I would.
Now, let's be real. See the Saudis, especially Newcastle, they've got that much money. They could buy every fucking club in Scotland and pump money into them, and it wouldn't matter.
Like you said, you wouldn't need to pump as much. Like Newcastle spend 40 million on one player, for example, right, to try and improve the squad a little bit. If someone rich comes in and buys, let's say, a Kilmarnock, £40 million would take
each window. Imagine the
just one off 40 million. You tell me with the right manager who makes the right signings, £40 million would be enough to transfer Kelly into a title winning side.
You know why that is though? Because I mean, look at Ange's first season. Fucking that team was pish till he brought the signings in.
Yeah, and he didn't spend that much money.
So there you go.
So you imagine
it can happen.
Just give a decent manager £40 million in any one of these shite teams. Even Dundee United, as long as Jim Goodwin's not spending it, could potentially win the league. So,
right, anyway, rant aside, Celtic 3, Rangers 2.
I know a poor performance for Celtic, but again, did they play poor or did Rangers make them look poor? I think you've got to look at it for both ways. You can't just keep saying every time Rangers play Celtic under Michael Beale, Celtic didn't hump them because we didn't perform, we didn't play at our best. Maybe there's a reason why Celtic are not playing at their best. Maybe Rangers prevent Celtic from playing at their best.
Maybe they do, but you know what? It doesn't make the defeat any easier, does it?
No, it doesn't. 3-2. I thought Rangers done enough in the game to get at least a draw. I think when Celtic went ahead, the game looked over, in my opinion. But I thought, well, in
the second half when it went 3-1, it looked dead. Then it went 3-2, and you're like, oh fuck, Tav ball whipped in, 3 each. No.
Then at 3-2, Celtic didn't really look like doing anything. Apart from that time Bernabe broke through. I've got some decisions, some penalty claims. What do you make of them?
There was one goal, mate. Fucking penalty decisions. What penalty decisions?
Well, I've seen people. I didn't see anything like that, but I've seen people saying about penalties. Rangers fans saying there should be a penalty. I didn't see it.
No.
Handball or something.
No, I think they're talking about the third goal. No, the second goal.
Should have been disallowed.
Jota apparently handballed it.
Didn't notice it.
I didn't notice it. No, right. The elephant in the room's Morelos. Literally, and also because he got fucking shafted.
Well, I'm a neutral, like, so in my opinion, I'm not going to be biased here. I think it was a goal. I mean, I think if you cancel it, I think if you give fouls for what happened there, then you're just getting fouls non-stop. It's ridiculous. Football's become too soft. I'm fucking sick of it. Football is a man's game, right? And unlike Graham Souness, I'm not going to apologise. It's a man's game. I don't want to see pansies and all this soft bullshit ruining it.
But no, the thing is, like, why not just admit, you just get shafted, but fuck yous, we still won? That's what I'd be like.
It's a contact sport, man. There's barely any contact in it.
But no, the thing is, the same people, right, how Sakala's apparently not. I mean, at least he actually gets fucking caught. See here, they're grabbing each other, right, and Ralston goes down knowing the balls went over him. Not Ralston.
Burnaby?
No, it wasn't Burnaby. It was fucking Johnston.
Alistair Johnston.
It was Adam Johnston. He'd be a good signing for Celtic. Anyway, this game, man.
For the youth team,
or any team?
No, look, but Johnston just knew he was beat and threw himself to the ground.
I know.
In my opinion, But I mean, split speaker Johnson, he was probably man of the match
Like,
as well. So I mean,
I've seen a few people's like CJ Novo, right, said the reason they didn't overturn this was the magnitude of the game, right? Now, yeah, maybe, but at the same time, could you not just look at it as a way of like, well, they just did it because it's at Parkhead and it's favouring Celtic rather than the magnitude of the game?
I mean, true.
I don't know if it is the magnitude of the game rather than just
Or the influence of the home fans.
yeah, like I mean,
Because I mean,
I'll be real. I think if this happens at Ibrox, they probably still do the same.
The entire talk build up to this game was the fact that, you know, we're in a stadium full of Celtic fans, no Rangers fans, and how that could influence decisions and influence officials.
Because I tell you what, I tell you what. See when it comes to teams like massive clubs that are at home, they get the decisions, right? You look at Liverpool, Arsenal today. Fucking Jota goes down, not Jota for Celtic, Diago Jota. He goes down like a fucking shite bag for Rob Holding. I mean, there's nothing in it. Penalty, right? And now, see if that's Arsenal at the cop end. Are they fucking giving that? No chance.
No.
We've seen over the years with Fergie, man. Fucking, they'll give anything to United. Shit like that. Penalties that just don't exist. I mean, look at Tottenham Brighton. Clearly gets caught, but see, because it's the top 6 team, Tottenham at home, they don't give it. I think it's a case of that rather than the
big teams get everything. That's why Celtic and Rangers get all the decisions.
Yeah, but that's what.
But obviously, when they're playing each other, they can't get all the decisions. Someone has to be on the wrong end.
No, I think so. That's why I disagree with the occasion. I think if this is Celtic at home and say Ross County tap that into the back of the net, I think they probably disallow it. You know what I mean? But it's what it is, guys. I don't want to talk about it too much. It was mistakes that cost Rangers. You know what? You take the mistakes out. They still win 2-1 without the Morelos issue. But see people that say, oh, it didn't change anything. See winning.
Wait, hold on. Everything changes a game. You can't. That's bullshit.
That's what I'm saying.
You can't just say Rangers win 2-1 without the mistakes. You don't know what happens. Like, if that Morelos goal goes in, Rangers could go on and win 5-0 for all you know.
Like I said in my reviews, see when Rangers went 1-0 up, Celtic were passing the ball to Rangers every fucking pass. That could have been amplified by 20%.
Yeah, let's say Rangers go 1 up ahead. How do you know Celtic don't get worse? Even more misplaced passes and all this stuff. Or Rangers could have went 1-0 up and it could have motivated Celtic. It could have spurred them on. They could have got better. We don't know.
We'll never know, right?
Goals change games, but I just hate this idea. It's different if there's no time left, right? Then maybe you can see if that happens. See if it's 3-2 and that happens in the 90th minute. Then you can go, we would have got a 3-3 draw.
Aye.
But it's impossible to tell how the game would have played out when, you know, it happened that early in the game. You don't know what would have resulted in that goal.
Because at the end of the day, like, I mean, if they're 1-0 up or whatever, I mean, that's not really going to stop Suter or Davis making a pish mistake, is it? I mean, they were 1-1 when they made mistakes.
Yeah, but the whole game changes. I mean, that maybe don't have they're not in the same position to make those mistakes.
I agree. No, I'm all for the goal being counted, but you know what? Let's move on, right? Rangers have a Scottish Cup semi-final against Celtic, and how big's that game? Say Beale loses that, are questions asked? Even though I think Beale got everything right, bar the subs.
For example, before we move on, right? Let's say you get to lights, right? And the lights are on red, and you have to wait there to cross the road for 20 seconds. Then you wait, and by the time you get across the road, someone just comes up, pulls a gun on you, shoots you dead, right? Now you could you can make excuses, but at the end of the day,
I could have crossed that road and jaywalked.
At the end of the day, see if the lights were green, you cross the road, you get ahead there 20 seconds before your attacker, and you live. So I mean, every little decision, you know, has consequences. So we'll never know.
I know if you want to tie your shoe when it comes out and you don't, and then a car hits you, it's like, well, have you stopped and tied your shoe? Then the car may know hit you.
That's plenty. Let's talk about the next game here. Aberdeen, come on.
Alright, the Sheep won. You know what?
I'm the guy that bores the piss out of people, know you. Right?
Well, you've got that right. But anyway, right, they move into third. And Hearts dropped into fourth.
A big win for Aberdeen, but it was a win that I think we all expected. Duke again, he won Player of the Month, and I think he showed why here. Another quick goal. I think he scored within like a minute or two.
He will be away, man. He will be getting sold.
Oh, he won't be staying at Aberdeen. Big question is, how much money will Aberdeen get for him?
A couple of million.
I think anything less than $1 million would be criminal. Don't know what his contract is, though. I don't know how much is it a 2-year deal?
I don't know. Fabrizio Romano was talking about how, like, Benfica still have a percentage of him or something. I don't know.
Do you not think it's mad how Fabrizio Romano will literally cover anything? From, like, the biggest moves in football to shitey moves in Aberdeen? It's weird.
That's a committed man.
He seems to have a hand in all the transfers.
Did he have a wee hand in Robbie Nielsen though? Because he's out. His
He's
Hearts
out.
got pumped 2-0 at home. Oh, the whole non-old firm record. Well, that's out the window.
Look, I'm not going to rant about it here for another half an hour because I've already done that. If you want to go and check out my channel, guys, Son of Scotland TV, I've left my thoughts on that. But quickly, I'll just say here, I don't agree with it. I don't think it's fair. I think it's the wrong decision. And be careful what you wish for, because over the last decade, the times of the club where Robbie Nielsen hasn't been in charge have been absolutely shit. We've been woeful. So, I just don't really get this belief that Nielsen isn't good enough, and Hearts fans seem to think that we've had better periods without Nielsen, when in all honesty, we haven't. So, plus you look at it, twice he's taken us up for the Championship, finished third in our first season on both occasions, up from the Championship, beat Rangers, smacked Rangers and Hibs in the Championship, finished 27 points ahead of Rangers, our nearest rivals in the Championship, been to multiple Scottish Cup finals in the last couple of years, only to lose to Celtic and Rangers. I mean, what more can he do? You know, what more can he do? Disappointing he dropped to fourth. The results have been really bad, I get that, but not enough to sack him. It's a horrible decision.
I know, and it's not even like third's out the question.
Exactly, he just dropped out of third. It's not like, it'd be different maybe, see if you lost to Hibs next week, I mean, and then you lose maybe your last game of the split, and then you find yourself, oh, Jesus Christ, you find yourself like, 7 or 8 points or something behind, and that's fair enough. But for him just to drop out of third place and then straight away get shown the door, terrible decision. And it was on Easter Sunday as well, not very Christian-like for Heart of Midlothian to sack somebody on Easter Sunday.
Exactly, but Motherwell 3, Livingston 0. Davy Martindale
Going through a bad run of form at the moment. Livy can't buy a win, and they're pretty much thrown away. Top six at the moment, even though Hibs are trying to help them stay in the fight. Livy are doing their best to just throw it all away at the moment. So, Jesus.
What's going on there?
Yeah, not good there from a Livingston perspective.
And St Johnstone get beat by Ross County.
Is that all you've got to say about that one?
I mean, who cares about St Johnstone? I mean, I actually said Ross County would win. And then we had this game. I watched this game though. I tell you what, right? Sky Sports, big massive relegation game, and Hibs, want third. And there's a stand not sold out. No, I say stand not sold out. There's one fucking person in the stand. So it's the opposite of fucking not sold out.
Oh,
one guy. It's not a good look, because I tell you what, this was the only game on at this time, so I bet you a lot of people...
Well, I'll give Scottish football a chance. Let me tune in and see what this game looks like.
Chance. Out the window, out the door.
It's kind of weird though, Dundee United, Ross County both winning. It kind of cancels the other one out. Obviously Dundee United will take it. Like,
kind of just shafts Kelly, doesn't it?
But when Ross County won yesterday, they're probably thinking great result.
Exactly.
They were probably happy with themselves. Now they're thinking, oh Christ, we didn't even get
But
anything.
as we look at the league table, the league is done. Have you had any...
the league's done. I mean, Celtic, 29 wins out of 31. Can they get the record points tally ever? I think they can. What is the record points tally? Is it 106?
I think it's 106.
How many can you get? Let's see.
109.
Is that it?
That's what they can get, yeah, 109.
No, what can you get if you win all your games? 112? 38 games, 3 times 3, 90, and then 3 times 114?
Aye.
So 114 is the maximum amount of points you can get. And Celtic can get 109.
I mean, how much are Rangers? I mean, let's just say Rangers
What
won.
did Rangers get their unbeaten season?
I think it was 99.
They drew... No, they got into the hundreds.
Did they?
Aye. I think the Rangers drew 4 games that season. It was 34 wins, 4 draws. 4 draws.
Aye, you're right. I think it was 102, was it? 102?
That'd be 106, according to my maths. 114 is the most you can get, and they dropped 8 points, and it should be 106.
Fuck, it was that high?
I thought it was 104, but I mean, maybe it was 106. Point being is, if Celtic got 109, that would have to be the most ever. Even because I think Rodgers' best season was 35 wins and 3 draws. Because I think he did one better than Michael Beale.
No, but
Steven Gerrard.
know what the thing is, right? We're looking at a real opportunity, a possibility that Celtic will be getting like 105 points, mid 100 points, and Rangers are going to be getting mid 90s.
Yeah, Rangers could get a points tally that 9 times out of 10 would win you the league.
It kind of does back up the point of the rest of the league's fucking shite.
It does. I mean, it does. And yeah, I mean, who knows if they sacked Gio earlier.
I mean, what league, right, would you get the team in third with a -3 goal difference?
Well, Hearts are the only other non-old firm team, by the way, that have got positive goal
I
difference.
can guarantee you this now. They'll finish minus.
You think?
Yeah, they're Fuck, they've got to play Rangers and Celtic twice.
I wait till Steve Clark comes in. He'll wipe the floor with both.
It's not going to be Steve. It's going to be fucking. It's going to be a Scot, the former Craig Levein.
Better not be. Fucking better not be Craig Levein. I still think Hearts will get third. I'm confident.
I think they probably will, but I mean,
Aberdeen though fucking won 2 more games than Hearts. That's
I
crazy.
tell you what, if Hearts don't get third though, I mean, you've got to look at them actually sacking Nielsen. Do you think if Nielsen stayed, they'd have got third?
I actually do, for the reason being is I think we would win next week. I think we've got Hibs' number.
With him? Maybe not without him.
Wait, with anybody? But yeah,
Ian Cathro comes in, you've got their number.
Maybe not. I haven't got a far like, but I mean, his numbers go straight in the bin.
Do you think Motherwell could pump fucking Hibs at the top 6?
Here, hold on a second. They very well could, because I mean Livingston have the easier run in, but I mean Hibs could easily lose to Hearts next week. If Motherwell can win their game, they only go a point behind. Depending on if Livy lose, they would be on the same points as Livy. It'd be absolutely mental if Motherwell do it.
Yeah, no, it would be.
But I think the European places are decided. I think it'll finish. I think that'll be the top 3, 4, and 5. Aberdeen, Hearts. I don't think that'll be the order. I think it'll be Hearts, Aberdeen, St Mirren.
It probably will be that.
But I mean, I think Hibs. I know they're only 4 behind St Mirren, but I think they will lose next week, and then St Mirren win or whatever.
That's probably the way it's going to be. But I mean, in terms of who's going down, I think Dundee United are staying up. But then Ross County looked good. I think Kelly are going down.
What about St Johnstone?
Nah, I think they're safe.
I know, but what about when we get into the split? All these teams are playing each other.
Well, where are the split?
No, but that's massive. I know you're thinking, right? You're thinking St Johnstone have a good lead right now, but what I'm saying is, when you get into the split, is the lead? They've got a 5-point gap over Ross County. Is that really that massive? A 7-point gap over Dundee United. Is that really that? Let's say Dundee United can close the gap between now and the split. Even if they close it by another 3 points, that's 4 points going into split.
Yeah.
You tell me you can't make up 4 points in the split when all the shite teams are playing each other. And
Well, I think they can. Well, and you know what? I'm very intrigued for the split. I'm very intrigued for the next. As much as the league at the top's dead, right? The rest of it looks good.
Yeah, you've got teams fighting for the European spots. You've got teams fighting to get into the top 6, and you've got teams fighting to avoid relegation. I mean, the league's great. It's just a shame Rangers couldn't be 12 points better off,
Right.
and we'd have a fight for the league title as well. But yeah, maybe next year.
No. Till next time, though. That is probably the longest fucking review show I've ever did.
Leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe, and we'll catch you guys tomorrow for more football news. Got a video about Ryan Gauld coming out as well. I know none of you probably care about Ryan Gauld, but it's a good one, so make sure you tune in.
Till then, peace.